Morning, guys. This is Jeff at the Glorious Uncertainty. I'm just checking the date, which is the 29th. The 29th of January. Now, I just want to discuss a few things, and it's about what happens up here when you're backing horses. Yesterday, now I think you know that I'm pretty straightforward. If there's no bet, there's no bet, and there's no bet today, by the way. But I'm quite straightforward and quite pragmatic and realistic. And when you have all those things sorted out up here, right, when you're backing horses, when you've got it sorted out up here, you begin to understand that luck, being unlucky, luck, things like that, mean nothing because everything evens out, okay? Now, there's a guy on YouTube called Paul Alster called Sports Bet TV, and I like Paul. I like him. He's well-spoken, right? He knows his horses, that fella. Like Connor, 500, and Callum, obviously, they know their horses. And you know they know their horses. But with a lot of people, us included, I mean, we're going to break even, I think, but I've been having a tough time because it's been tough. The hardest thing to bear is a losing run. It's hard, really hard, and it messes with this up here. Just to give you an example of what happened yesterday, I just called it a non-bet, and I said there were a few. Now, two of those won, right? Now, how do I take that information? How do I deliver that information to you? Well, the fact is, if two of them ran, I had no money on them, and they won, 2 out of 3 won. How do I process that information? How do I process those facts? Do I then go headlong into the next day and go, well, next time I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing that, I'm going to make sure that I get everything covered? It doesn't work like that. We came close, Rose Bandit picked us at the post, and then if I go a little bit further back with Nelly French picking the wrong one, you can't allow the result of a horse race to mess with your head. And it's my favourite poem was If by Rudyard Kipling. It says in that, triumph from disaster, we treat those two imposters both the same. And you have to. There's no luck. You may get a little bit of luck in running, when the gaps open up, or a horse doesn't take a fence very well and yours comes through at the end. That's played to you. But on the whole, this is about psychology and how you process the information and what's going on. Now, on here, we had, let me just find it. You've got a guy, Philip Robinson, and he says, I've decided to have a timeout period of 30 days for my betting accounts. I can't bet every day on every race looking for winners. Now, you see, Philip, what you're doing is you're saying that you're looking for winners. You're not. You're looking for profit. You're not looking for winners. You're looking for profit. We could all go short priced. Now, I'm not. If you choose to have what you say, 30 days away, what you've got to ask yourself is this: how am I going to process sitting back and watching everybody carry on with me? And let's say we had a great February, a fantastic February. How are you going to feel at the end of it? Now, I admire the fact that you're deciding to take 30 days away from the game, if that's what you choose to do. But you have to be realistic, and you have to think, you've got to start reprocessing things. So it's not about getting winners, it's about making money, and it's about getting profit. However we do that, I direct you in the way that we do it. So for you to come away from it, it's how you will feel at the end of the 30 days. If we say make 100 points, how will you feel about that? So you've got to ask yourself that question before you enter into it. If yours is a financial reason, I've said it right at the very start about having a betting bank, and I don't want to, preach to the converted, but this is what you've got to do. You have to have that betting bank in place. Now, so we come back to the psychology of it. How are you going to feel? How are you going to feel at the end of February? Okay? If yours is a financial reason, then you stay away until you're in a better place so you can allot a bank. And really don't think it's not about 1 month. It's not about, 2 weeks, one race. It's not about that. It's long term. It goes on and on. And what we're doing is we're slowly going to build the pot. That's the point. But everybody has good runs and bad runs. So the decision is yours. But yesterday, with mine, you all know Lordsbridge Girl, don't you? Well, that come out and win. But look at the margins of them winning. Tight, very, very tight races. And came back at 7-2 as well, which was unbelievable. Very good. So yeah, it's how do I process that information? Well, if I had 2 winners yesterday that I didn't put up, I could be making all this up, but it's a fact. But it's how I process that information. And I process that information in a positive way. I don't think anything's ganging up against us. I just think, well, yeah, the system was right. But unfortunately, it just wasn't right enough for me to put them out as a bet. And that's it. But it just underlines everything that we're doing. And that's the way it should be. It's more positive things. So, to Philip Robinson, if you want to leave us for 30 days, it's how you're going to feel at the end of it. But I don't know your financial situation. And really, Philip, don't get in that quagmire of nonsense. Get your bank together, get your betting bank together, and then come back. But it's not about winners, it's about profit. Yes, we've got to find the winners or the placings, however we play. But this is racing. Speculative investments. That's what we're doing. And that's the truth. And what I try to do is, in fact, today what I'm doing is I'm going through all of the horses. I've got, I think it's 170 that we're following since December. And I'm going through and I'm cutting the numbers right down. Going through the lot again and getting rid of a few where the form is too old now. Really is too old. So after really 5 or 6 weeks, that's it. They've got to go. So what they'll do is they start to fill up your time with going through races that they're competing in, when really I shouldn't be employing that much time to it. Right, okay. That's it. The game goes on. The game goes on. But it's good fun. I do enjoy it. So that's it. I should be back online maybe later, but definitely, obviously, tomorrow morning. I'll speak to you then. Have a very enjoyable Sunday, whatever you're doing, and bye for now. Bye-bye.